I knew my entire life growing up that I was adopted. And they actually tell parents to let the child know that they are adopted. And I am very, very grateful that my parents did that, because now this would be an entire different reaction. And I was just watching YouTube, making some art or something like that. And the Ancestry ad just stuck and I couldn't like click off of it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what is this? And then I just looked up and I said, all right, if this is a sign, I'm listening. And I ordered the kit right then and there. You know what I mean? Like literally. I reached out to everybody that was high on my list. And then last 2 years ago, I got that phone call from my niece saying, oh, my dad is your brother. You know how the phone connects to it. It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
over the headphones, and I'll just answer like, yo.
Right.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
What's your birthday, homie?
Welcome back to R&R, Restart and Restore with Diane K. On this episode, we're joined by our guest, Franklin, whose journey through adoption led him to a search and a reunion, a viral reunion at that, with his biological brother, mother, and extended family. We're truly honored to have Franklin here share his journey. Now, before we get to it, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share with somebody. Now, let's get to it. Welcome to R&R.
How you doing? How you doing? Good to be here. Good to be here.
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
For sure.
I sought out for you. You answered my message. And so here we are.
We are. Here we are.
So we're going to take the time for you to take the moment to just introduce yourself first. Tell us who you are today. What are your passions? Where do you live? And then we're going to get into the bit of why we're here to have this conversation today.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm Franklin Terry. I'm from North Carolina. And if you have seen me, my story went viral because I found my family. I found my brother. I found my biological mother, 3 sisters, another little brother, and we went viral. And now I'm here to tell you my story and say hello to you and everyone who watches you. I'm Franklin Terry.
Thank you. So yes, your story went viral.
Sure.
And I saw your story way back. I don't know how many years has it been now since it went viral.
It's probably 2.
2. And I believe it would have been at that point that I saw it myself.
Okay.
And I just loved it. I think I even shared it with my family. That was way before R&R became a conversation.
Okay.
And when I started just thinking of having my guests, you were just one of the perfect guests to have here, because your story has a lot of layers.
Definitely has layers.
It's so beautiful. I'm going to pin a little bit of the video of you guys meeting as well. If you can share with us at the same time, just so people can see what triggered, obviously, you to go viral.
Right.
So we'll start with, obviously, you taking us back to your childhood. And when we're saying you found your family, you were adopted.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
All right. So take us back to your childhood.
Okay. So I was adopted at birth. So I don't remember anything other than my family that I have. You know what I mean? I never spent time in foster care or anything like that. So I was weeks old when I got adopted. So they sent a message to my mom. She said she was working. She just like ran off work, didn't have any formula, didn't have any diapers, anything when I was ready to go. So she said she went and grabbed me and then figured it out from there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I need some stuff for this boy. I gotta get everything that I need. You know what I mean? So
wait. So who sent a message?
Oh, the adoption agency.
Okay. So you were just left off.
Like they let her know that because she was trying to adopt. So
okay.
I remember she got the message that I was available, and I guess they called a couple days earlier than she was ready. But she definitely was surprised by the phone call that I was ready for pickup. So kind of went like that, you know what I mean? But had a great childhood, 2-parent home. My parents are amazing. They're awesome. They're still alive now. I was just with them last night. And my dad received a Lifetime Achievement Award. So I got to kick it with him yesterday. They've had my back through everything my whole life. I mean, I was spoiled growing up. It was just a decent life. I had a
So did
decent.
you grow up as an only child?
Yes, I was the only child, but my parents also fostered other kids before me. So it was kind of like a revolving door. They were always open to letting people come and stay. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of brothers and sisters my entire life because there would be college students that would come stay at the house if they couldn't pay tuition or didn't have to pay tuition, or if my parents knew their parents or something like that. My parents were very helpful in the aspect of like letting them stay there. Under one condition, they had to watch the little boy and make sure that I was good. You know what I mean? So I grew up with brothers and sisters because it was a revolving door, people in and out of the house, staying, and just my parents are just so open that they would let people stay. And just,
And what did your parents do for a living?
my mom was first she worked at the housing authority. My dad worked at RJ Reynolds Tobacco. He was a manager. That's a big company in Winston-Salem. And then my dad went to human resources in Winston-Salem. And my mom became, uh, what is it? My dad first was an alderman, and my mom became an alderman in city council. They both went to city council. And then my mom moved up to a state representative of North Carolina. And she recently retired about 4 or 5 years ago. So they went in politics. They were in politics my entire life. Politics.
So how was it like growing up as an only child but having multiple people coming in and going though? Like they were leaving. They will come and they'll leave. Did that create
uh,
any level of
yeah, they would come.
abandonment?
They would never leave for good.
Okay.
Actually, they came last night as well. So they still are around. They came to the ceremony last night at the same
Oh
table.
no.
And it was about 7 strong that hung out pretty good together. They became best friends, so they always were at the house. And my parents had a pool, so a college student they threw pool parties. My parents always threw pool parties, so they definitely came back a lot, all through my life, like through my whole life. They still are in contact and still come back if we have cookouts and everything like that. So they're still around.
And so at what point do you discover that you were adopted? Was it a conversation at the dinner table or was it a secret? Because some families they do keep it as a secret. What was it like for you?
It was never a secret. I knew from the time that I was able to know. You know what I mean? So I knew my entire life growing up that I was adopted. And they actually tell parents to let the child know that they are adopted. And I am very, very grateful that my parents did that because now this would be an entire different reaction if I had no
Yeah.
that I was adopted. You know what I mean?
Okay. So finding out that you were adopted, growing up knowing that you were adopted, what was that like for you? Did you ever feel like something was missing or you that life was normal?
No, it was normal. I never felt lack of anything. You know what I mean? Like I had my parents, I had my family. That's all I knew. That's all I needed. It was never missing anything. I never wondered until I got older about my new family and like my biological family. I just never wondered because I had family. I had two parents in the house. I'm not looking for any other thing. You know what I mean? And I had a good life, so it was just a normal life with my parents and my family.
That's amazing. Now, how do you start searching, or did you search, or did they find you? So you can fill in that story for us. Just lead us into you. Obviously, now we know you were adopted, and then you now have your biological side of the family in your life. So how
Right.
did that come about?
It came about from me doing the ancestry, the DNA
Hmm.
kit. When I actually was sitting down in my office and I was just watching YouTube, making some art or something like that, and the ancestry ad just stuck, and I couldn't like click off of it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what is this? And then I just looked up and I said, all right, if this is a sign, I'm listening. And I said, all right,
Wow.
anyway, I said, all right, if you trying to tell me something, I'm gonna listen. What's up? All right. And I ordered the kit right then and there. You know what I mean? Like literally. And then I even had a video of me doing the ancestry. It's on my other phone and I can't get in it. I wish I had it now because now it would be very, very relevant. But I was joking around. Oh, doing they make you spit in the tube or whatever. And
Yeah, swabs.
yeah, they make you swab. And I said, if I come back, half tiger or lion, or y'all know I'm a real beast or something like that. You know what I mean? Just playing around. And that was about 4 or 5 years ago now. I think, yeah, it might have been during COVID when I did that.
Okay.
So, and I sent it off. And then last 2 years ago, I got that phone call from my niece saying, "Oh, my dad is your brother." I was like, "Wait, what?" And it
So,
came back.
okay, so wait, take us through this ancestry search. How does that work out? Like from beginning to end before you get that phone call?
Okay. So the first part of the ancestry was obviously sending it off. And then when it comes back, you log on and you're able to see connections. And they do it through DNA. The amount of DNA that someone has that would be closer to you would be higher. So if I had like a
Okay.
first cousin, it might be a 900 or a 700. Just,
Okay.
I don't know exactly the metrics that they use, but the higher the number beside them is the closer they are to you. So I matched with, it would be first cousins and like second and third cousins. And then you just see a list of people all the way down the line. You're like, well, I don't know them. I mean, so I kind of reached out to everybody that was high on my list. So it was like a first cousin,
Okay.
second cousin, another second cousin. I reached out to all of them through the app. And they were, oh, hey, how are you? You know what I mean? They responded and they were nice. They were cool. I met with one of my cousins because I was working in the same city that she was working in. So we like met up, looked at each other and said, hey, or whatever, just to meet because she ranked high up on my list. But she could not tell me who my mom was. She didn't know any information beyond that we
Oh,
were cousins because she didn't know, you know what I mean? So she couldn't tell me anything. But we kind of met and we stayed in touch. We called each other cuz because we are cousins. We just didn't
yeah.
smile at that point, you know what I mean? So we
And
built a
so you have to be in the database to be found.
yes. You have to. They would have to do ancestry as well. If you aren't on
Mm,
ancestry, or I mean, I'll just speak on ancestry because I don't know how any,
yeah.
you know what I mean. But yeah, you have to do the kit to rank on the system.
Hence why your brother wasn't on there.
Yep. Until he did
And
it.
your mom.
No, she never did it.
Okay. So your brother then did end up doing it, hence why your niece then contacted you.
Yes, he did it.
Okay.
They gifted him one for his birthday because his birthday is the 15th of July and mine is the 6th of July. So they were gifting him the kit for his birthday so he would get the results back on his birthday. He got them back on the 9th. And when they looked at the computer the same way I did to find my cousins, they saw me, you know what I'm saying, standing there like, oh, full brother. And our DNA came back like
So at
2000.
that point, obviously you're not checking the system anymore. You found your cousins, you're like, this is who I'm gonna connect with. Life is moved on.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to wait until that message came where I just said, look, okay, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? For the most part. I guess after they found my name, they just Googled and my Instagram popped up and she sent me a message. Hey, this is Cam. I'm such and such. And I think Mama Sabrina, that's what I call her, his mom took over and said, hey, this is his mother. You have a full brother who you matched on Ancestry, and we live in the Charlotte Concord area. And I was just like, what? Like I couldn't even put my food down. I mean, I couldn't even like get my food. So I just grabbed my food and I'm going to the car. I typed my number while I was in line. And as I was getting in the car, you know how the phone connects to it. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
over the headphones, and I'll just answer like, "Yo."
Right. Because I was adopted too. Oh no. Oh my gosh. What's your birthday, homie? July 6th, bro. It was 3 days ago.
That's what he said.
How old are you?
42, just turned 42.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
I'm 6'8". You play ball?
Okay, so both of you are the only two siblings, or you have multiple more siblings?
We have We were the only two that were adopted.
Okay.
So we were both given up for adoption on our mom's side. But on our other side, we have 3 sisters and another little brother. But they weren't
Okay.
adopted,
On your mom's side, how many were you?
just
Or
me
are
and
you?
just me and him. And
Okay. 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 So now take us through. Obviously, we're gonna get into your mother and father and your biological parents
gotcha.
story in a little bit, but let's go back to your brother's name you said was Kevin.
Yes, Kevin.
So now you have that phone call with Kevin.
Mhm.
What are the plans after that?
So we had that phone call July 9th, and they were saying, "Oh, we're having a get together for his birthday on the 15th. We would love if you would come through." I said, "I'm there. I'm coming." That was it. You know what I
Are you
mean?
in the same city?
He is an hour away from me,
Okay.
literally an hour away. And Mama Sabrina was like, "We're having a birthday party for him, a little get together. We would love if you came." And I went. And that's the video that everybody saw that went viral of us meeting in the front yard and me meeting Cam for the first time. Her saying, "Uncle Frank, Frank." And Sabrina,
Oh.
"You can call me Mama too." So we went and we just kicked it. And then his family came about an hour later.
I knew you was gonna say the same nose and oh my god. I'm good. I'm good. I'm Sabrina. I'm Kathy's mom. How y'all doing? Uncle Frank Frank. I knew it too early. Good. How are you? Nice to meet you too.
They gave us some time to kind of, So say I got there at 12, everybody else got there like 1:30.
Yeah.
See me going in, they share the adoption book and they ask me questions. Have I seen my book and things like that? But a cool thing within that story, Kevin was talking to our biological mom when I met him for the first time. I was not. Me and her had not
Okay.
spoken
Well,
because
obviously, because you haven't connected who your mother is yet. You've
no,
only connected with Kevin.
no, we did. Oh wait, I skipped some parts, huh?
So
Wait,
wait, so yes, so the conversation, they call you, ancestry to you, you still know that you only have Kevin that you've
yeah,
connected with and cousins.
yeah,
So your mother, your biological mother is not discussed yet. So
not
if you can fill
discovered.
us in.
Yeah,
Okay.
so after I find Kevin on the 9th, we FaceTime, we talk everything the next day. I mean, to 3 in the morning, we're just talking. He's on the balcony. He's blown away. Just, I got a little brother, man. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So we put together what we know. You know what I mean? I didn't know much. He knew a little bit more than me, but he didn't have any
Okay.
real details. I never had any real details. So we just went on this crazy hunt. He called people from Ancestry. He reached out. I started tuning up my Ancestry, reaching out to cousins and all of that kind of stuff. We were on the phone. July 10th, we were on the phone calling people, just calling people off Ancestry, just keep going. Boom, 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 boom. I know this lady, you can have her number. And then we would go somewhere else. It was at one point, one lady had the phone to another person saying, "Oh, I don't know who that is. And I don't know anything about that." We're like, "Thank you." So we're just going and going and going, just trying to find. I think it was on the 11th, we finally got a phone number. And we called, like Kevin called up to like where her job used to be because she was a sheriff. So he just called the police station, and the lady was very short with us. She said, I can't give you any information. He was like, wait. I know you can't give me any information, but we were adopted, such and such, such and such. And the lady was like, what? And that's our mom. And she was like, hold on. And she called one of our mom's friends was working in the department. They got in contact with her and they told her. And then she called our mom and gave Kevin's phone number to her. But my mom's friend was like, girl, it's two people talking about you had some babies. They ain't had no babies. They crazy. You know what I mean? And she was like, well, whatever. You know what I mean? So once they called her and left the number, she finally, like the next day, text Kevin back and said, like, I am your mom. It's true. Just give me a second for me to, get my woo together. But I'm your mom. You know what I mean? It's me. So like, I'll be in touch. So that was about the 11th. It only took us 2 days. To find her.
So when you found her, she didn't respond right away. She had to take a pause for a second.
Once she got that phone call, she said that she walked by, she had his number written down, and she said she put it in her dresser and just walked by the door like this, just walking back and forth like, oh my God, knowing that the number was, right there, and the connection to her sons was right there. But she said, what am I going to say? She didn't know how we were going to feel, how we were going to receive, you know what I mean? But she was just like, oh my gosh. So then she finally, it only took 2 hours. Within 2 hours. She didn't wait a day or anything like that. She just waited about 2 or 3 hours before she texted him. Like, yes, I am. Okay, you found me. I am your mom. Just give me a second. And then she tells a funny story where after she admitted to being our mom, he sent her photos of me, my Instagram post. He was screen recording, just showing, this is your son. This is your baby boy. Man, he's a star. Look at him. He's got it going. He was a model. He's an actor. Oh my gosh, look at him. And look at me. This is me. You have a granddaughter. He was just overloading. And she'll tell a funny story where her phone was just like, whoop, 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 whoop. Because he said, we don't want to bother you. But then proceeded to send her 40, 50 text messages right after that, just showing what we look like. So that's when she texts back like, hey, okay. I'm your mom. Just give me a second. You know what I mean? So it went like that.
These were all in voicemails. When Kevin was calling, he was leaving voice.
He left one voicemail, which I have that recorded too. I was shaking. Oh, he left the first voicemail when we called. I was shaking because I'll jump back a little bit. The first time we called, that's the first time that this thing made me cry. I cried for the first time before we called because we got the number and my brother was just, all right, come on, I'm about to call. And I was like, wait, this is the call, the actual call. Wait a second. And I'm just
so Kevin is the Speedy Gonzalez of the family. So he's ready to go right away.
He was ready. All right, I got the number. I'm calling. I was, wait, what's up? I said, wait, man, wait. Do you know what this means? That what if she, you know what I mean? I knew nothing. So it was just a hesitation for me. And then I was like, I'm not ready to make the call. And he was like, all right, call me back when you're ready. It could be today. It could be a week from now. I'm on your time. Like, that's what he said to me right then and there. And I remember I was in a closet and I just was like, get over it. And I just started talking to myself. I play sports. So I'm like, get over it. Just toughen up. Like, you got to make this happen.
What were you fearing?
I was fearing her being in a bad situation. That was my fear. And I knew if she were in a bad situation that I wouldn't be able to ignore it. I would take care of her. You know what I mean? And just find a way to help. I wouldn't be able to ignore if she was in a bad situation. So that was my fear because you didn't know. I have no clue. I'm just like everybody else who hears the story. Someone who gave up 2 kids for adoption. What do you think? You don't know what to think. You know what I mean? It never crossed my mind that it was an amazing situation. It always was teen mom, drug addict, anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm just real. I'm being real. It wasn't, oh, she was in an amazing situation and just told, no.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I was finding, but I was afraid to make that connection and know that she was in a bad situation because I know I'm a giver. So I would have done what I needed to do.
And what's Kevin's perspective? What was his mindset at that point?
As far as finding her,
Yeah, like
so
when he was ready, for him, he was ready.
yeah, he's
There
a
was
hunt.
no fear for him.
It was no fear at all. And I don't know how I still talk to him this day. Like, how are you just so easy to just, let's go, homie, let's go? But he was calling people. He was a hound dog. He is a hound.
And what's interesting is that he's not even the one that started the search. It's his mother and
And
daughter.
yeah, my
So
niece.
was he interested? And he would have been interested maybe had I had both of you here to have that conversation. But was he ready to find his family?
I mean, he was just, I think he wanted medical things. You know what I mean? I think that's what,
Mm.
like heritage. When we first learned about each other, he would talk about knowing where he came from a lot. So I think that was his driving force, just learning where he came from. So I was just a bonus, you know what I mean? To wait, what? Because when they first told him, he was like, no. Just say, oh my God, you have a brother. He was like, no, stop playing. And then when they showed us, and my niece recorded him, he walked outside and he was just walking in the circle. Just walking in the circle. He wasn't on the phone or anything. He was just walking in the circle after he found out about me. And Cam was like, look at him just walking in the circle. He couldn't believe it. He could not believe it.
Oh.
So
And so now you guys have connected with your mother, biological mother, Kevin, your brother, your biological brother,
right.
and then you meet on his birthday, which is that viral video.
Yep.
Okay, so how does that go? Now you're meeting them. The image I'm having in my head as you're speaking, I don't know if you've watched the movie Antoine Fisher.
I have. I've seen it, yeah.
You know, when he just walks in and there's all these people that it's his family, he's the little boy still, and there's all these people at the table for, I think it was dinner, lunch or something, and it's like all of them welcoming him.
Yeah.
I think it was either he was young. It's one of my favorite movies. That's how I feel like it was like for you.
It was okay, so walking in, it was just us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The family there. So I didn't walk into a lot of people. But
Yes. Yes.
eventually they trickled in and
Yeah.
everybody looking. I call it fish tanking. That's what I call, because it's like I'm a fish in a tank and everybody's just looking at me like, oh my gosh, he looks just like you. Look at his ears, look at his face. So I felt like I was in a fish tank. I call it don't fish tank, but it's something like that. So they would walk in and be like, wait, y'all sound alike. Y'all mannerisms are the exact same. Did you tell him to say that? Because y'all say the same words. And
No
I didn't
way.
say that. Like, what? How am I gonna tell him to say that? Even Cam would be like, I don't know who I'm talking to, my dad or my uncle. Y'all sound such alike. Y'all say the same thing. So it was kind of that. So they were just amazed to look at me and see he's just like him because we are the exact same. When I tell you we are the exact same, I can finish his sentences. He can finish mine. I know what he's feeling. You could tell me, you can ask me a question and I can answer it for him. You know what I mean? I don't, but
Despite being raised in two different homes.
yeah, we say like, I don't even know how that, like DNA is a real thing. That's
Yeah.
what DNA is a real thing because we are just alike in every way, every way, every way. He sleeps on his left side. I sleep on my left side. Like our eyes, you know what I mean? Just our legs, calf muscles, everything. We have the same. It's amazing to see, and we're just like that with our mom too.
So now, at what point do you connect with your biological mom physically?
It was about a month after Kevin was going to do the same thing that I did with his family. He was coming to meet my family and my friend.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was about
Yeah.
a month later where we connected at my parents' house. And I told her she wanted to meet us. She wanted to meet us together, of course, but it was going to be down the line. And I called her and I said, hey, I think this is it. I think this is the best day for you to just come down and you can meet everyone and just see us.
Yep. And my story was good. Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to overwhelm her. Like, I know, but all of us are honestly.
Well, maybe just leave.
I'm gonna just. We should just probably.
And that went viral too. I just posted that and it went viral about a month ago because we made a deal that I wouldn't post her crying and just overwhelmed and things like that. So I found a way to get around posting that video where she was crying and just everything like that. So I kind of did it from a distance because we had 2 video angles. I did it from a distance and that just went viral a couple of weeks ago. So it was awesome.
How was that like for you?
For me, it was, I had been talking to her. Like we were talking, so from July, she probably contacted me around July 16th, 17th for the first time. So we were kind of talking up until August every day, text messages, things like that. So I got to know her pretty good from the day that I talked to her for the first time. So I didn't feel any crazy emotion seeing her for the first time. We had FaceTimed and we had got to know each other for a month. So I didn't have any like real overwhelming feelings when I saw her. It was cool, but I wanted her to be okay more than me. You know what I mean? Because that's a tough situation. You never know what people think and just the way people look at you type thing. So I was more in protective mode, just kind of telling everyone, if I'm okay, you have to be okay with it. You know what I mean? So that's been kind of my approach toward the whole thing.
So you didn't go in there with any sort of resentment then? Because typically some parents, some children finding their parents, they go in with resentment. So you were just like on a, it's okay, we'll be okay.
Yeah, that was it. And I think I blame my parents because they raised me with love and all of that. I never struggled to find anything. I never got abused or anything like that. So I didn't have anything wrong to blame her, be angry. And I never was looking for parents in the first place when I did Ancestry. I always thought I had another little brother that was just younger than me. I felt like I had a little brother. I didn't know I had an older brother and a younger brother and 3 sisters, but I felt like I had a younger brother. And I used to tell myself, like, man, what if I got a little brother that's about to go to Alabama or something and play football? I'm missing out. I need to be in the stands. I need to connect with him right quick because, like, what if he's good in sports? I'm missing out. So that's why I did the Ancestry. It wasn't for my parents, but it was to see because I felt like I had a sibling. And I told Kevin the first day we met, I said, hey, we got other siblings. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, bro, we got other siblings. He was like, I'm going to roll with you. And I was right. Like, I was right. My intuition told me.
So what was, obviously she's not here to tell her story, but what was her story? How did you guys end up both getting adopted?
It was just like, we don't talk about that. But it wasn't like a situation. It was just a decision. You know what I mean?
And now, are you and Kevin from the same biological mother and father?
Yeah, we have the same parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to expand on that?
Which part? I mean,
now we've discussed my biological mother. What about the biological father? Did you guys look for him, and did you guys connect with him as well?
We found who, I don't call him my father, but we found their father. You know what I mean? And so we found their father. I'll say it again. I don't call him my father, but we found their father the same time we found our mom. We found him before we found our mom. You know what I mean? So I connected with my sisters. I was texting them and stuff like that because a cousin on Ancestry connected me. She knew who their father was. And I asked, does he have any kids? She said, yes. So she screenshot the 3 profiles on Facebook. And that's when I reached out to my youngest sister on Instagram. Hey, I'm your brother. This is going to sound crazy. You know what I mean? But I think we share, you know what I mean, a parent. She was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I think we share a parent. So she called me. My sisters called us on 3-way. And we went from there. And then they, after they connected with us, it took off from there, basically.
And I think that's the video I've seen where you're, I think, entering and there's like a lot of sisters you're meeting with them. Was that one?
Yeah, so we met them in November. So from July, I say July.
Hi. 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 How are you? Oh my goodness. I knew she would cry. I knew it. Ah, that's what you get. What's up, bro? Oh my goodness. Hey. Real life. No. Okay. I'm in love. You all right, Kendra? I'm fine. Keep asking me that. What's up?
Maybe July 12th, July 10th is when I reached out to my sister. So that just shows you how fast it happened. Cam called me on July 9th. I reached out to my sister July 10th.
Oh, wow.
So that's how fast it happened.
How did you then connect? So you've connected with your mother's side. Your father's side was on whose side on the ancestry that you guys found them?
It was my cousin on Ancestry on the father's side. But we knew who their dad was before we knew who our mom was.
You guys found your biological father first before finding your biological mother?
Yeah. That's how we found her.
Oh.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit more on that. So that just opened up a different part of the whole story. Based on what I'm understanding is that I understood it as you found your you guys went searching and then you found your mother, your biological mother. So now take us on how you connected the dots.
We found the father first because of one of my cousins on Ancestry. She knew who he was and she knew everything. And she was like, my uncle. So she called like her uncle and told me exactly who he was. And after she told me who he was, I asked her, did he have any daughters or kids? And that's when she screenshot and sent me my sister's information. So July 10th is when I reached out to my sister. And then from there, we found our mom like the same day.
Your cousin told you about your biological father and then also connected with the fact that you had sisters and you reached out to them on Instagram.
Right.
So how did you connect from now finding your biological father to finding your mother?
Okay. The way that we connected is I had a cousin on Ancestry. She had a photo of my mom and said, you always look like her, right? You always look like her. You look like her. And I was like, oh, whatever. But she told me a name, right? So I'm like, okay, I didn't see it. So when we found out who the father was, we Googled his name and her name popped up as a star basketball player at the same school.
Okay.
So when they said her name, I'm like, wait, my cousin just told me that I look like this person. He was there in 80, 81. Wait, it's no way. I called Kevin immediately. Bruh, I cracked the code. There's no way these two people were in the same location at this time, at the same time. That's our mom and dad. And he said, oh, hey, homie, What? Oh man, that was it. And then we knew. And then we went searching for that name, and that's how we came up to the sheriff department and the call in the sheriff's office and saying her name. You know what I mean? After that,
Wow.
that is how we found her. Yeah. So
Now, you specifically have said their father.
yeah,
Why do you not acknowledge him? Hey, I know we're interrupting the episode, but we want to make sure that you have liked, subscribed, and shared with somebody. We want to continue bringing you more of these stories, so we do need the likes, we do need the shares, and we do need the subscribe. And please don't forget to leave us a comment. We do always appreciate hearing from you. Let's get back to it.
I have my own father, and he's amazing. I couldn't even disrespect my dad by calling another man dad, especially when he chose not to be a part of the story. Like, I would feel crazy. My dad is the best man I've ever met. Like, I never
Rightfully so.
any other person in my life. Because of him, like, I never looked up to any other men. I never wanted to fit in with any other men. I never had to go to another man for advice in my life. Like, I've never had to ask another man, what do you think? Like, growing up older than me, you know what I mean? Like, my friends or my cousins or something like that, you know, just boys being boys. But I never had to look up to another man. So even if he chose to be a part of it, I still wouldn't call him. I still couldn't even disrespect my dad by saying, you're my father. So, and because he
So
didn't, it's a,
you're
well,
saying he didn't want to be part of it, as in you guys, you search for him and you try to connect with him, and he didn't want any part of the
he has talked to Kevin.
reunion?
He has talked to Kevin, but not to me. But I'm a little different. Like, he played with me in the beginning of our story. So kind of handled me the wrong way. So after that, I try to be a little forgiving, but after you handle me a certain way and treat me a certain way, and it wasn't even bad. Like, I don't feel like he even owes me a conversation, but just how it went in the beginning, I don't have any reason that I want to connect right now. You know what I mean? And I even told my sister,
You
I told everybody, don't talk to me about him. Like, they don't even bring it up to me anymore. You know what I mean? So
and do you see that ever changing for you?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if I don't know, I can't even say I would, or I just don't know. It's just been so out of curiosity, I might, but I need to be more forgiving because after you do certain things and just do funny stuff, I do not like funny stuff. So after funny
Understandably.
stuff starts happening, I'm like, all right, what am I going to be getting myself into? Even forming a connection, if you have been like this thus far, what do I have to look forward to? You know what I mean? Oh, we talk on the phone, and now what? Now I'm still
And
gonna be
also it's the fact that you're not missing out on anything. You didn't have him there, so not continuing life without him, you're kind of not missing out on anything. So it will work out the time when the time is right,
right,
because it can be forced. Human relationships cannot be forced,
right,
especially a parent to child.
yeah.
So
And it's like, if you don't want to be a part, cool, it's okay, but just stay away. You know what I mean? It's not just staying away. I have sisters, and they talk, and they'll like leak little information. Oh, this, like, things get back to me. And I think that's what bothers me the most, because I'm like, hey, if you don't want to be a part, just leave me alone. So how do I keep getting little messages and little things that someone said? You know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing. You don't want to be a part, don't be a part.
okay, no, but for real, like, how do you really feel? Like, because it seems like you feeling something. It does show you're feeling something, and typically, even the holding back from meeting him,
Right.
there's something there. So, how do you really, really feel?
Like, I feel more disappointed than anything. And the thing that bothers me is that everybody else tiptoes around it. Like, everybody knows that's stupid and it's wrong. But then when I'm the outspoken one on social media and I say it, it makes it look like, man, chill out. It's like, no, everybody knows that's stupid. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that you should reach out. Everybody knows that you should meet people and, you know, connect and do the right thing. You don't
But
have, right?
could you ever try to maybe be the bigger person?
And do what?
and speak to him?
Not first. I won't speak first. Not just because of what he said
Okay.
to other people. So it's like, nah. And now I just, like I said, I told them, don't talk to me about it. Don't bring it up. And some things still get brought up. And I'm still like, I thought we weren't going to talk about that. My sisters
Yeah.
want the connection. They want it bad.
Yeah.
Imagine having sisters that want you to connect with a person. They know them and talk to them, and he still won't make the connection. Come on, man. You had my number for 2 years. They're telling you, call him, text him. He said, call him, text him. Nothing. But
Maybe
then I,
there's also something he's also fearing. I think it's maybe facing you. It it's the reality. Did he know that you guys existed and were
yeah,
adopted?
yeah, yeah, definitely knew. Might have acted
Yeah.
like he didn't know. Imagine that. Imagine somebody acting like they didn't know you existed.
And um you both were in obviously in different adoptions, and they were together obviously to have two children, and you
Right.
both were the oldest.
What? Yeah,
And Kevin were the oldest two siblings
yeah,
of the all the siblings together.
yeah,
So yeah, so he knew of you and moved on with life, obviously, and
yeah.
had other children, maybe another family, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a touchy subject, obviously, and I think with time it will solve itself whichever way, either you guys talking or you don't. But how do you guys now keep relationships between you, the siblings, the mother? How do you guys keep this newfound relationships going on?
It's kind of just, it's normal now. You know what I mean? So it's, if we go to where she lives, we stop by. If she drives or pass through where we are, she'll stop over here. And same way with Kevin. If I go to Charlotte, I'll stop and see him. They come this way. My sisters come from DC and they hang out. They stay like in the house and all of that things, or they'll get Airbnbs if they bring all the kids. Because I have nieces and nephews too. So when they come, if they bring the kids, they'll get an Airbnb. If not, they'll stay here. And we just kick it. We don't even see it like making up for lost time because it's just so normal now that it's just like hanging out with your brother and sister, you know. But it's a
That's
good
actually
relationship.
amazing. DNA is a real thing because despite all these years, you guys, they don't feel like strangers to you.
No,
These are your family.
yeah, my family for real. Like people even say when I'm talking to my niece, like, "Oh man, she's so comfortable around you," and I'm like, "Well, she's been looking at me her whole life. I'm just like her dad." You know what I mean? It's just like we're the exact same person. So it didn't take her long at all to get comfortable with me because she's been looking at me her whole life. I even sound like her dad. So it's pretty
Do you guys
easy
talk about childhood memories and kind of feeling that those years that you guys were not around each other?
sometimes, but like he'll tell me stories, you know, we'll share stories, but it's never, we always say we were together when it comes to the women part. Like, boy, if we were together, man, we would have been terrorizing households. And I'm like, yes, we would have. But other than
Oh,
that, share, you know, childhood stories. He played basketball, I played football, and just the schools we went to and stuff like that. But nothing really too crazy. I mean, we caught up on life, you know.
well, yeah. We're nearing the end. Is there anything you want to share before we close off? But before we do that, what is it that you would advise another adopted child to do? If there was anything you would tell little Franklin, what would you tell little Franklin or even adult Franklin before meeting your family?
I would, so what I would advise that if you are a parent of a child that was adopted, to let them know, especially now with all of the ancestry and all of the DNA stuff and all of the ways to find out who you are connected to. I would advise for you to tell them. As far as being adopted and searching, I would say proceed with caution because I had a very good story. I had a very good outcome. And the more people that I speak with, I'm starting to see that that may not be the complete norm. You know, I can only go off what I feel and what happened to me. And I've had a great situation. Like I've had 30, 40 family members that wanted to connect with me and just one that does not. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful ratio, but it does not always go like that. And that one that doesn't connect still bothers me. So imagine if you reached out to someone who didn't want to be a part. So it's something you can't ignore. You know what I mean? So I would just say if you are searching, just proceed with caution and just know that you cannot control the emotion or the other person, no matter what you think or how you feel like it's going to go or if it's just that easy. I'm here to tell you it's not easy. And I have a good story and it's still not easy. You know, it was life-changing, completely life-changing. My whole life changed in every aspect. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. You have to deal. The most thing that I had to deal with, it's just the thing that I deal with the most, I'll say, is on what I was feeling. But you have people on this side who knew me forever. And they have people over here that are getting to know me. Everybody can't get the same amount of attention. So somebody's going to suffer, you know what I mean? But I lean toward my new family, getting to know them because I already knew people in my life. But that causes jealousy, that causes bad feelings and everything. And you cannot prevent that. I've had people jealous of my situation that I grew up around, people who practically raised me, you know what I'm saying? And they feel away because I met new people. So these are just things I never thought I would ever have to account for, but I can't control either. And I'm just one person. So I just did what I thought was best. But it's a tricky situation when you just mix all of these energies and all of these people. It's definitely just an overwhelming situation for sure. And I had a good outcome and it's still overwhelming. You know what I mean? So.
And how did your biological parent, well, not your biological, you adopted your parents. I'm not even going to call them your adoptive parents, your parents, your father and mother. Yes. How did they take it, you reuniting with your biological mother and all the siblings?
Yeah, they were very, very, very receptive because they just wanted me to have other people. Like we had 5 people at Thanksgiving 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a big family. So for me to find this abundance of family, they are like, yes, you don't have to be alone now. So they were so open. My mom sends my biological mom flowers like every 2 weeks. She's like, she doesn't have to do that. And it's like on auto pay right now. You know what I mean? Just on auto every month, every couple of weeks, she sends flowers and they get along. They talk on the phone for hours. And she's just so grateful. My biological mom is so grateful for her. And she's just so happy that we met. And now she gets to have me. But it's never any type of, I don't want to share him. Like they're just so open to it that they want me to be okay and have family moving forward. So that's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying?
You have a beautiful story, and this is why it went viral. Those is just beautiful all around. And again, like I said from the beginning, I was looking forward to this conversation, and it's been amazing. You're one of the most light conversation I've had on the podcast so far, and
Okay.
I've enjoyed it. Yeah. So thank you so much, Franklin, for taking the time and sharing your story with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you as well.
Did you enjoy the episode? Thank you for watching. We truly appreciate your time. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share with somebody. We're bringing more of these episodes your way. So please stay connected on all of our social media platforms as well. This is R&R, Restart and Restore, where rebuilding isn't a setback, it's a comeback.